Hello everybody, this is Yoko's Anime Reactions, and this is going to be my review for Dragon Ball Z Kai 2014 Episode 1, or if you want to call it Dragon Ball Z Kai Episode 99. I don't know which one you guys prefer. I'll ask y'all on the Discord, and then you'll see it in the title. Yeah, we had a time skip between last episode and this episode. So we had a 7-year time skip. You would think that if they wanted to wish Goku back with the Dragon Balls now, they wouldn't be able to because it's been over a year. Apparently he does come back completely, minus a halo. As for how, I don't know. Maybe the Kai's making an exception, I don't know. But yeah, like I said, there's been a time skip. Gohan is now 16 at this point. And yeah, he's gonna start attending actual high school because at this point, up until this point, Chi-Chi's been homeschooling him. So yeah, she decided that homeschooling is only gonna get you so far. You need to go to an actual high school. So he ends up actually getting a haircut, really short, to where he almost looked like Yamcha, haircut wise. And he's obviously gotten taller, and he's obviously hit puberty. But he ends up flying there on the flying Nimbus because he can fly, but he doesn't want to fly and cause people to panic seeing someone fly. And I don't remember which city it was. Could somebody let me know which city ended up getting renamed? But yeah, one of them got renamed Satan City because apparently Mr. Satan had taken credit for destroying Cell, because by the time he regained consciousness, everybody had already left. So Cell was gone and they were all back at the lookout. So yeah. And obviously, like I said, the camera was broken. So as far as everybody else in the world knew, he had destroyed Cell. And he obviously wasn't going to correct them. I swear, that man needs a reality check. Because he might have gotten the world champ belt at some point, but that doesn't mean he's the strongest human. He is not the strongest human. If anybody's the strongest human, that's Krillin. Krillin is the strongest human. But yeah, Goku's the strongest out of all of them, essentially. Maybe Gohan's stronger than him, I'm not sure. But yeah, Chi-Chi's been forcing Gohan to hit the books more, but obviously Gohan has not been giving up his training entirely. But we'll see what happens when he does that in Super, because if you're Saiyan and you slack off on your training, you could get weaker. And I'm not even joking. You can get weaker. Which makes sense, because if you lifted weights your whole life, let's say, for example, and you stopped for like 7 years, let's use this as an example, and then you try to do it again, you wouldn't be able to do what you could do before because, your muscles have essentially gotten weaker because you've slacked off on it. So yeah, that makes perfect sense. Anyway, Gohan is apparently a crime fighter now because he ends up finding a bank being robbed, and he goes Super Saiyan and stops the bad guys. Then heads to school, but before he goes to school, he ends up running into another of his future classmates, Videl. For those of you who've seen the show, yeah, you know who Videl is. And she's annoyed that this new person, everybody's calling him the Golden Warrior, because, the Super Saiyan golden hair, has apparently been stealing her thunder. Because apparently, Videl's been working with the police to stop bad guys. And the reason for this is that they just have some random girl help them is because she's Mr. Satan's daughter. Oh boy. So obviously she believes all the lies and stuff that Mr. Satan has told her over the years. And apparently from what I've heard in the past couple of episodes, that last martial arts tournament, I'm guessing that her father competed in, that he won. They had a junior division and she competed in that. Like right after the Cell Games, I think it was. No, it was either right after the Cell Games or right before the Cell Games. I'm not sure. Because it was like 7 years ago. And she won. So, yeah. Between that and her father winning, they have plenty of money. Though, I don't know what her father spends the money on. Anyway, yeah, Videl is annoyed that the Golden Warrior has been stealing her credit and stealing her thunder, and Gohan takes this moment to skedaddle and get to school because he doesn't want to be found out that he's the Golden Warrior. And yeah. Yeah, he's trying to act normal, like a normal person, but even if he's not even if he's trying to hold back, he can't. Cuz yeah, they end up having a game of baseball or softball or whatever you want to call it. And he ends up catching the ball. He ends up going to catch the ball and he jumps to catch it, and yeah. He ends up hovering there for a bit in the air with the ball, and he tries to, you know, gently throw it to the person who is going to catch the other guy and get him out. Oh boy, that did not go well. I think he essentially knocked the person off their feet when they caught it. That's how hard he threw it. How gently he threw it. Yeah, he needs to learn to hold back. Big time. But yeah, Videl is starting to get a little suspicious that this guy might not be all he's saying he is. And she actually tries to follow him because he essentially told one of her classmates that where he lived, and that's like, what, 6 hours away from his school? And yeah, essentially that would keep him from doing any clubs because he wouldn't be able to stay behind and do the club and then go home because it would take forever to get home for a normal person. But he rode in on the Flying Nimbus, so that was able to help. Like I said, she tried to follow him after school that day to find out how the heck he was going to get home because he was acting like he was going to walk home. But she lost track of him because when he turned the corner, he jumped up and landed on top of the building and waited, and when she went around the corner, he was gone. So he rode home on the Flying Nimbus, essentially. And, yeah, it looked like Goku and Chi-Chi had gotten a little busy before the Cell Games because Chi-Chi was pregnant. And Gohan now has a brother, Goten. And yeah, he's now 7 years old, around 7 years old. So yeah, she was pregnant at the time. And yeah, Goku now has 2 kids. And what else ended up happening in this episode? I do not know, but yeah, Videl has essentially surpassed her father when it comes to fighting prowess because she's got a bit of an open mind when it comes to learning about things like energy and stuff like that. That's later, though. Anyway, but yeah, Chi-Chi's been trying to keep Gohan from fighting and training because she wants her little boy to be like a scholar or something like that, essentially. Something academic related. And I'm like, lady, if he wants to do all that, fine. He can do all that. But if he wants to have martial arts in his repertoire, more power to him, essentially, because you never know. Schools might actually like that type of thing, that he's into martial arts as well as being academic. That might be a good hook for him when it comes to college applications. You never know. So I'm surprised that she hasn't thought of that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I think I'm going to stop doing the reviews for the moment, because I just I just recorded these back to back, essentially. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.